Hi, how are you? This is Anthony from Cypher House Escape, back with the third puzzle in the Red Dot puzzle hunt. This one's called The Art Workshop. So let's jump right into it. Case number 3, The Art Workshop. The victim was finishing up a mural before his death. The drawings look foreign to you, but perhaps they could offer some leads. Okay, so we have a bunch of pictures here. And that's it. So a big first step is going to be to identify what all of these are pictures of. And then after that, after we identify all the pictures, in some way we're going to have to use that information to create a final answer. Right away I'm noticing that everything is in groups of 5 here, and whenever I see groups of 5 things like this, I quickly think of binary code. Because binary code is done with 0s and 1s, they're usually grouped in sets of 5 like this. So I'm going to be looking to see if there's some way from the names of these pictures to make 0s and 1s, but there could be some other code happening here. It doesn't have to be binary. Okay, so I've brought all the pictures over from the Red Dot site into my PowerPoint, and I've kind of separated them. There's a total of 10 lines, and I just separated them at 2 lines per page, just so that it's nice and big and easy to see what's going on. So here's our 5 slides here of total of 10 rows of pictures, and we're going to have to go through and start identifying what these are. Some of them I see are going to be easier than others to identify what they are. So I'm going to start identifying pictures here and just see what we got. Okay, so I've been going through this first row and filling in what I believe each of these are pictures of, and every now and then in a puzzle hunt you're bound to find something that you simply don't recognize. So I'm sure this is a very popular animated character or cartoon character that I am simply not aware of or not able to place right now. And so there's actually a helpful tool to help you identify pictures of things if you don't immediately recognize what they are. So I'm just taking the picture and I'm going to save it to my computer. And then you go to Google Images, and there's this little camera button here to search by image. All you do is you click the Upload an Image tab, and you go to navigate to the file on your computer. And that'll load the file in, and it'll search pretty quickly for what you're looking for. It'll start by giving you its best guess for what this is an image of, and I'm guessing that's not correct. After it gives you its best guess, it'll give you some visually similar images, and I'm not really seeing what we're looking for there either, but then afterwards it'll give you pages that have an exact match for the image on it. And so this is definitely what we're looking for. It's a character named Mr. Nonsense. Okay, so I filled in everything for the first row here, at least as well as I can, and we definitely see a pattern emerging here. 4 of our entries have the letter combination N-O-N. It's nonsense, it's just the character name. The non-metals, nonograms, and a nonagon all are very similar in that they start with those first 3 letters. As I said earlier on, I think we're going to the world of binary here and getting 2 clear groups. So up here it's the O's and the N's, down here it's the P's and the J's. Having those 2 clear groups of letters to signify a 0 and a 1 is essentially what I was expecting to find. So I think we're on track for that. The only question after this will be, how do I know if J is a 0 or a 1? I filled in some more of these rows, and I noticed that, like that very first row where we had a lot of nons at the beginning of words, a lot of these rows have very similar letters at the beginning. So we have DAF for 2 of the words here, and NET for 2 of the words here. In this row we have JA for the beginning of 2 words, or 4 words actually. All 4 of these words start with JA. And then on this row we have 2 words very clearly starting with the letters NI, and 2 of the words starting with the letters TAK. So I still need to go through and finish a couple of the rows, but I think I know at this point what's going on here. Since the beginning I've been saying this is probably binary, and I said we need to figure out how these words translate to zeros and ones. And I remembered on the puzzle page, this sentence here, the drawings look foreign to you, but perhaps they could offer some leads. So my guess is that these common short words that we're seeing at the beginning of these words are the numbers 0 and 1, but in foreign languages. So I'm going to open up Google Translate and just see if we can determine what some of these numbers are. So for this row, we have the letters N-I are in common for 3 of the words. We also have the letters T-A-K. Okay, so these are yes and no in Polish, and that makes it pretty easy. A no is definitely a 0, and a yes is definitely a 1. So if tak is the 1s and knees are our 0s, then this row up here becomes the series 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So in case you don't know how to translate things like this in puzzle hunts into useful letters, one of the best code sheets that I've found out there belongs to a website called Puzzled Pint. So this is the code sheet that is available, and we have a binary column here. So we're looking for 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, which is right here, and that gives us the letter E. So this row most likely gives us the letter E there. I think it's actually more useful, rather than using Google Translate, to just use a chart like this. We can see immediately in languages how they say yes and how they say no. For example, in Albanian, they say po for yes and jo for no, which matches very nicely with this row of our table. Alright, I finished filling in all of the picture definitions. I've looked up all of the foreign language versions of yes and no, converted them to binary, and then got letters. And so we have the letters A, N, S, W, E, R, Z, E, R, and O. And so all together that spells answer 0, which should be our final answer to the puzzle. Let's check it out. Correct. Puzzle 0, you won. Okay, so that's part 3 of the Red Dot Puzzle Hunt 2018. I just want to take a quick look at the puzzle page here for the hunt. There's a total of 2 rounds to the puzzle hunt, and in the first round there's 9 puzzles as well as a meta puzzle that are available to be solved. So I'm probably going to work through all of those on this channel. As always, special thanks to the Red Dot team for coming up with all these puzzles. The hunt's great so far. I'm enjoying myself a lot with this one, and I hope that you're enjoying these kinds of videos as well. If you have any other kinds of puzzles that you'd like to see me attempt on this channel, or anything that you'd like me to go over as far as puzzle solving techniques, I'd be happy to talk about that. Leave a comment down below and I'll try to get it into the next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy escaping!